Hi, I'm Arf, but you can call me... Okay, Arf is fine. On this channel, I talk about video games and occasionally movies. I spent a lot of time with games growing up. It was a big part of how I related to the world and how I bonded with some of the most important people in my life, crouched over PlayStation multi-taps or cheering one another on as we took turns on boss fights. Getting to explore these fantastical spaces was a huge influence on my writing even back then, and it continues to be so now. I'm a freshly minted MFA in creative writing, and have formerly studied and worked with film, television, and economics, for which they really shouldn't have given me a degree. As might be apparent, I'm really interested in the storytelling strategies used by different mediums and the way in which they impact me. And I'm especially interested in putting that to words. See, I grew up in a fairly conservative country where the kinds of hobbies I had were perceived as valueless for adults, at least until recently. So I'd also spend a lot of time thinking about all the ways in which it did have value, at least to me. I thought about the ways superheroes had value, and cartoons, and comic books, and I wrote about them. I wrote stories that were about how much I love this stuff, and I still do. And this, at least, had value. But after all of those years, what started from a place of defensiveness now comes from a place of love. I've realized I really like talking about works that have an impact on me and why they have that impact tangentially to my own work. That's really what this whole project is about. I started writing some of these video essays as far back as 2015, but it's taken me a long time to gather the courage to actually produce them. And my sensibilities have changed a bit since then too. I think these days I'm more interested in perspective and personal impact than, say, traditional or academic analysis. I've been a student of storytelling all my life, and I feel pretty comfortable saying that's all I have at the end of it all. Perspective, anecdotes, big feelings, TM. But no hard truths, because games are entirely experiential, and hopefully my experiences are interesting enough for you to stick around for. As for what games I'll cover, I play a bit of everything, and typically the theme of the video will come first and then the game second. But I have a soft spot for RPGs and platformers, and some of the work I find most exciting comes out of the indie game space. I also love a good photo mode and dabble in virtual photography. Over the past year, I've paid special attention to photographing NPCs for a larger Instagram project, and have discovered a lot of interesting tidbits about how different games use them. That kind of exploration through photo mode will probably be a recurring theme throughout my videos as well. I try not to be judgmental. No artist sets out to make bad art, too many artists set out to make good art. And what I want from the world is more artists who set out to just make experiences, true to their own vision, and what's good or bad about it is entirely up to you. Hopefully, the media analysis I bring helps you put to words something about your favorite stories that you find useful or entertaining, and hopefully, my experiences help you see things from my point of view, even when you don't agree with it. And hopefully, the way in which these two sides of me will interact will result in compelling stories all of their own. I love video games. I love movies. Those are my credentials. And if all of that sounds fun to you, consider sticking around. I can't guarantee you won't be disappointed, but I can guarantee this. Hi, I'm Arf, and you can call me